you were talking about these players, these NFL and professional players having money, right?
Right.
And the money being gone, and not to get way off track of everything.
Yeah, but that's education because they're not being taught how to manage their money.
That's right.
There is no I've had close friends that I've played sports with that went on to play in professional sports, and they went from us splitting a 2-piece, splitting a chicken sandwich, to the next day, literally, money is not an issue. Realistically, there's no training for that. I mean, you can put somebody in a month course, a 2-month course, but realistically, if you came from nothing, nothing,
Oh, no doubt.
to money just dumped on you, there's no training for that. You think about how educated we think we are. And we have our 8 to 5, and we have a little 401k. Realistically, if somebody put a microscope to what we do with our money at that level, we blow it off the same way they do. The tax bracket is different, but the behavior is the same in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah.
If I lose $200 right now, it may feel like $2,000. If this person loses $20,000, it may feel like $2 million. It's the same difference, right? But we go, not to get all over the place, but if we want to go back to education and everything, if you want to talk about the athletes, I don't care what you say. I've seen it firsthand. There ain't no real education to help them manage that money with that experience.
Right. Again,
there's not,
because they're gifted athletes. Their education is
and you're talking about not reading and all that, right?
Their education it's an appetizer. We're not gonna deal with it.
You're right.
And the fact that they're athletes, they get pushed through the system. They ball out of this world, get these huge contracts. The money they're getting, they're giving it back to people who basically gave it to them. Mm-hmm. Then once they quit playing in their league, now they're broke. So it's almost like a prison, something like a education pipeline prison thing. Because in a sense, they're a slave for that particular team and the owner. Mm-hmm. And once they get used up, you take care.
And we have to understand that. Many times we believe in the educational system more than it was even we believe in the educational system more than it was even intended to do.
Right.
And we have to understand as a people, as black people, however you want to cut it, that it ain't for us. Just because that system is there, but we still have to do some things for ourselves too.
No doubt.
Right? So we know education is there. We know you're supposed to go to school, graduate, read, write, all this type of stuff. But there are extra miles and extra steps we have to go within that. We talking about the parental presence and things of that nature. The parents have to be involved. The child has to be involved. Even if I don't physically and biologically have a child. I don't have any kids. I still have to take some type of obligation toward this piece with the youth and in the education. So I still have to make that time, right? Mm-hmm. So we can. Well, we're not sitting there complaining. We're just talking about different issues and possible solutions. We all have some type of responsibility, and we just have to find what that area is that we have to be involved with.
Yeah, from a parental standpoint, it needs to start from the moment you find out that you're with a child, or you're going to have a child. Mm-hmm. At that point, your mentality needs to change.
Correct.
That now you're planning for this kid's future.
You're right.
And then once that kid comes to this world, now equip him or her with the tools necessary.
You're right.
Because it's like. We took a foreign language in high school or college. Mm-hmm. It may be kind of difficult, But all babies, when they're born, they speak the same language. They just cry. Well, you have this group. They speak Spanish, they speak Russian, they speak German because they're around all the time.
Correct.
So kids can learn from the get go.
Oh man.
And so that's why once they come out the womb, because man, we joke about that, but when I was like in 6th grade, my dad was giving me his college physics books. Yeah. And was mad if I got something wrong.
Yeah.
And like I can laugh about it now.
Right.
But then I'm like, dude, you're crazy. I'm in the 6th grade.
You're right. You're right.
But again, he knew what he wanted. And he did what he had to do to make it happen.
Yeah. Well, my older brother, he had to be 10, maybe 12. My dad collected a whole bunch of junk, like Fred Sanford. He would present him with the radio or TV. My brother, he can do this today. He will break this thing down with his hands. No books, no whatever, and put this thing back better than it was presented to him. And at an early age, like you said, when you come out the womb, us as parents and guardians, we have to change our mindset. We have to begin to reinvest and invest our time in these children. Even when we see, we all know the deal. Somebody graduated from high school, what they gonna do now? Just trying to get some money together for college, for high school. Okay, how long you been around this kid? You made a good point. The minute we have a child, knowing we having a child, our mindset needs to change. Yeah. When that child is even a bean in the belly, we need to begin opening up accounts, some type of savings account for that child. Right. So that thing will accumulate.
Exactly. But see, here's the deal. We know education is really the equalizer. So growing up from the culture that we come from, we understand that, in order for us to make it out, we need education to level the playing field. That's the mindset. That's what we're taught. But we have to take that a step further. Mm-hmm. See, for us, it's no longer good enough just to get an education. That's not it. You have to be on the mindset or come from the school of thought. It ain't just about me. It's about me and my brother. We got to be our brother's keeper. And once we make it, we got to now start doing several different things. And all of it is really spin around the same thing. It's about making sure we reach back and help another person out. See, we got to go back, just like he does with his school mentorship program. We got to go back and mentor. For me, at the college level, I have to tutor because I know what they're experiencing. This is most of those kids that's graduating high school, they haven't had a science since 10th grade. 11th and 10th grade, in 12th grade year, they ain't had to worry about no science. It ain't even about science for them. It's about kicking it. I get early dismissal. I'm already through with my credits, so unless I did college prep or some kind of advanced study in high school, I ain't even looking at no science no more because I'm done with that in 10th grade. So now it comes to the point where you got to bridge this gap. You got to refresh things. If you don't use certain neurons, you lose them. So now I got to refire those certain things that's been now. Oh, I got to bring them back to the forefront because I forgot all about it.
Right. So then, if we're gonna talk about solution for the problem, then is it parental?
That's part of it.
It's every key component. It ain't just parental. It's
I would say to address what you said about if you get all your credits by like the 10th grade from 11th and 12th, you're just hanging out till you graduate. Then I would say that's now a political issue to where you have to make certain things mandatory. You're like, hey, you know what? Because it's almost like
like what though?
I mean, it's like in most foreign countries, it's mandatory. You have to take a foreign language.
Okay.
Not option. You have to.
Okay.
And so, if we want to keep looking at the numbers that America is damn near last in this, damn near last in that, then start making stuff mandatory.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? You have to learn. You have to take 2 foreign languages. Period.
Okay.
You have to take advanced science, advanced math, advanced something. Not just here's just the basics so you can work at McDonald's.
I agree.
Because also, I think that's why. And we may be veering off subject, but I think that's why there's such a big push for to raise minimum wage. Mm-hmm. Because if people aren't highly educated, they'll get these minimum wage jobs. Mm-hmm. You can't survive off that. So now let's raise this up so that way those who don't want to push themselves to be more educated or drop something better, at least now they can survive off this and that. Mm-hmm. And so it's almost like you're giving a band-aid for a gunshot wound. So as opposed to taking care of the issues when they're adults, do it now with the kids. Have certain things be mandatory. 2 languages. advanced math, advanced science, advanced this, advanced whatever. Because it's like when we go to college, they make you take, cause, you know, you could be an engineering major, but they'll make you take an elective because why? Because you have to. Start that off when they're early, when they're young. You gotta learn 2 languages. Pick 'em.
So what do you think that does? Learning these 2 languages make you more qualified?
Well, no, I mean, it's not just the 2 languages, but I'm saying just the fact that there could be a component that's political, or yeah, I guess it's political that starts changing the academic standards, increase them.
Okay, but what does that, if I'm already taking, you have basic math, basic science, whatever you have, and you still flunking, right? I'm flunking and blowing it on just the basics, right? Or I'm doing good. What difference, and I'm just asking for understanding, because, you know, what difference does it make if I take 2 languages or 3 languages? What is that going to do?
No,
Well,
that's just a part of it.
Here's what I would say, and I can't speak for you, but here's what I would say, because I'm partially in support of you, and I'm gonna tell you why. We live in a global society. We cannot sit here and say that, oh, I stay in Houston, Texas. I'm not. Man, look, we in Houston, but you know the melting pot that's here.
Yeah.
If you want to have conversation with someone just down the street at the store, they speaking a whole nother language. So you got to be able to do something to communicate.
Right.
That's just in your
Everyday life.
In your everyday life.
Yeah.
Right.
So for me, hell yeah, I got to do as much as I possibly can. But when it all boiled down, the change begins with you. The ability to affect real change starts from within. And once we understand that concept, we're able to affect things around us.